Thanks for listening to the ArtTactic podcast. I'm your host, Adam Green. In this edition of Behind the Report, we take a look at ArtTactic's auction analysis report on the major November New York auctions, which just concluded this past week. The report's available to download and read right now by visiting ArtTactic.com. After a weak sales season in May of earlier this year, which saw auction sales decline by about 42% from the previous year, the November Marquee week showed positive signs of recovery. The evening sales at Sotheby's, Christie's, and Phillips this November raised a total of $1.56 billion, that's the hammer price, against the presale estimate of $1.51 to $2 billion. While these results were 31% lower than last November and just under 20% lower than 2 years ago, they actually came in almost 30% higher than May of this year. Of the 284 lots offered, almost 66% sold below the presale mid-estimate, while just under 32% sold above the presale mid-estimate. Auction guarantees played a critical role in this season's results, as they have in many past seasons, both in terms of securing major consignments and collections for the auction houses, but also in ensuring that presale expectations were met. The level of guaranteed sales accounted for around $1.25 billion. That was down from just under $1.9 billion in November 2022, but certainly up from $765 million in May of this year. And after a disappointing auction season in Hong Kong and London, Sotheby's reclaimed the top spot during these past few weeks, largely thanks to the sale of the Emily Fisher Landau collection, which itself brought in $351.6 million. Sotheby's share of the total evening sales came in at 51.4%, and that's compared to Christie's at 40.4% and Phillips with the remaining 8.2%. If we look at things on an artist level, the story of the season certainly was Pablo Picasso, whose masterpiece Femme à la Montre sold for $121 million at Sotheby's. Meanwhile, if we look at younger artists, they continue to outperform market expectations. We saw several auction records, including by artists such as Mohamed Sami, Marina Perez Samayo, Jenna Gribben, and others. Meanwhile, total sales by women artists reach $186 million. That's up 10% from November of last year. And lastly, the top 5 young artists by sales value this season were Jade Fadla-Chujimi, Jia Ali, Nicholas Party, the late Matthew Wong, and Loie Hollowell. To read our full auction analysis report dissecting all of the data and identifying the latest trends, make sure to visit ArtTactic.com today.